Space is back tanking. Space is back tanking. Or is he really? Or is he not? Is he just pretending? He must be just pretending. This is not Space playing. It cannot be Space. Space is taking a break from the game. He's sick and tired of this stupid game. He wants to take a break. There's no way this is Space. Ah, shut up. It is Space. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Ah, shut up, you two. Space is back tanking. Or maybe not. Space is not back tanking. I was back for 1 day of tanking, guys. 1 day of tanking. And from this 1 day of tanking, I'm going to be showing you a few games because, surprise, surprise, some of these games got really, really close. And I was actually surprised at this run. I had at least, 8 or 9 games that were really, really close and very well competed, hard to win kind of games. Doesn't necessarily mean high damage games because I've been out of the loop for a while. Oh, sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to push you there. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I didn't mean to push him there. Yeah, I was out of tanking for a bit. I haven't played for like a month. And, I was rusty. Obviously, I was rusty. And to be honest, guys, for me, it's not always about the highest damage games. It's all about close games. Games that I can pull off at the end and have some say in it. If Space has a say in a game, it's a good game. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So, over the next few days, I'm going to be showing you a few games that were really, really close. Really, really nice games. Fun games, in my opinion. And we're going to talk about what I had to do to win those games. Again, they're not always highest damage, but they're entertaining. So, Sound River. We were drawn on the east spawn on the map. And when you're drawn on east spawn, I really like, especially in my medium tanks and my light tanks, I like going to position F6 early and try to snipe across into 2-lane. Because there are usually opposition tanks that are climbing up the hill going south, or climbing up the dunes going south via 2-lane. So usually you get early shots of damage through there. But in this situation, as you realized, we got outnumbered over there quite quickly. So before the Reds had a chance to actually overcrowd us and kill all of us that went into that location, I managed to escape. And you have to recognize that situation early. In many cases, tanks decide not to move. They get in a position and they're like, this is my position, I ain't moving from here. But guys, if you see danger, if you see 6 tanks coming versus 2 or 3, it's not gonna end up well, right? You gotta move. And that's exactly what I did. And we fell back into this position, position D7, which is quite a good defensive position. And I like this position as my fallback position. In many cases, you'll find Unicums coming here early in a game and just sniping from this position. But I'm not one of those guys. I like to have an impact in a game. So usually going into that early position, which I described earlier, usually gets you early shots of damage. It didn't work out in this situation because there were way too many Reds coming and approaching that location. So we had to fall back into this position. But here now we have the entire view of the map. And from this position you can hold these guys that are trying to come through the middle into our cap. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm holding these guys. Defender, feisty fellow. If you're facing Defender, even in a tier 9 medium tank, he'll be able to pen you and you won't be able to pen him. So yeah, be careful with that. With this engagement, I was really cautious. I decided to load heat rounds to go through his turret because obviously with my APCR rounds, I wouldn't be able to. That shot on a freedom didn't work out, unfortunately, but we're gonna do step and repeat from this position and we're gonna keep holding this position as long as we can. And the main idea here is just to stop these guys from progressing. And as you see, they're stubborn. They really want to get to our cap. And I don't understand why players nowadays do that. Why do they want to get to our cap? Why not just try to get into positions where they can fire at me or fire at our friendlies? They really want to get to the cap. Anyway, we're going to play it patient right here. and we're gonna wait for them. We know there are 3 tanks over there. We know there's this defender. We know that there is this object 279 over there, as well as the Freedom. So yeah, we're gonna camp here and we're gonna wait for them. I'm sure sooner or later they will decide to cross here anyway, because they really want to go into our cap. Again, I don't understand why. It would probably be a better option for them to turn around, fight from the middle, let's say go into position G5, G6, fight from there, and try to snipe across the map to this side, or maybe go back to their base and try to defend the base. But no, they're trying to get into the cap. As you can see here, all of them. Freedom's already over there. So at this point, I was thinking, you know what? Let's just go after that Freedom. That's what I was thinking for a second there. But then I was like, maybe not. Let's wait out here a little bit longer. And as you notice here, they still want to go to our cap. So we're going to basically reposition here. We're going to try to hit that defender. Unfortunately, we didn't get a hit on that object 279. But defender gives us a nice side shot. So we put a shell into him. Now he's still showing us his side. I thought he was going to disappear over there, but he decided to come back. So we put a shell into him and we take him out of the game. So now, because we killed the defender, object 279 is isolated. And as you can see, myself, another light tank, and Ragnarok are moving in to take care of this guy. And that's the right play right now. He's isolated. He can't do anything versus 3 of us. I mean, versus 1 of us, if he uses his strong armor, obviously it would be a problem. But versus 3 of us, it will not be a problem. So in this situation, guys, I like to see if my friendlies engage first. And I like to move after they engage so that the opposition is not paying attention to me. Either that, or if opposition turns around and shows me the back of their tank. And if that's the case, I'll move in anyway. And I'll move in first at that point in time. But because Ragnarok moved in first, object 279 wasn't paying attention to me, was paying attention to him. So it was easy for me to come in and put some shots of damage. Free damage. And maintain my HP. And maintaining HP is quite important. If you guys are learning this game, if you want to get better at this game, remember, maintain your HP as much as possible. Especially in a tank that has no armor. Because at the end of the game, you have HP to give. In case there is a close game, you can give your HP in order to kill someone. And that's quite important. So you're going to see that kind of in this situation. And we're going to show it off right here. Simply because I have more HP, I will be able to get rid of this M48 putt. And as you notice here, I don't really care if I take a hit. I just want to make sure I aim my shot and put damaging hit into him. Now I'm going to reload. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Just making sure that T110E5 is not paying attention to me. I'm giving up my HP so I can kill him. Right? And that's what makes difference in late stages of the game. If you can give your HP so that you can kill someone and take him out of the game. That's the most important thing. Now, as far as this E5 goes, he's focusing the light tank. And he pays attention fully to the light tank. He's completely not paying attention to me. So we're just gonna feast on him because he's not even looking at me. Now, if he turned his turret towards me, or if he was swinging his turret from left to right, it would have been harder for me to hit him because that's all I could see, his turret, right? But in any situation, 3v1, like in this situation here, he couldn't have done anything. But unfortunately, our Ragnarok gets shut down. So we still have 1 TD on the loose. Who is that TD? I think it was a Scorpion, if I'm not mistaken. So I decided to just stick in this position here. This is good central position. Our light tank goes out to spot. So I thought, you know, may as well let him spot and we'll wait until he spots something. So hopefully we can put some free shells into that Scorpion. But for whatever reason, our light tank is taking 1 lane all the way down south. And I saw the shots coming from B1 area. I think that's what I was trying to click here. But I was like, dude, what are you doing? I think the guy's over here. I think he's over there. And he says, check. Check, baby. Check, baby. 1, 2, 3. So if he says check, that means he doesn't know where the TD is. In this situation, I decided to move up north. And we're going to try to cut the TD off. And I was thinking he was running away through the north,
but he seems to be sitting in the regular camping location for the opposing team, which is that ridgeline at C1, D1, somewhere around there. And he's looking at our light tank, so he's not even looking at us. So we're gonna put a shell into him, and we're gonna take him out of the game. Just like that. So, not a spectacular game, nothing special about it, but it was relatively close. And these are the games that are good, because when I played like a month ago, everything was fast. 1, 2, 3, game was over. Like, this is so much better to play a game like that. And I was surprised, because I have quite a few games like that last Sunday when I played, and it was surprising. So I'm gonna show you some of these games, even though they're not the highest damage, but I hope you enjoyed them. Anyway guys, that's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit checking out.